But it'll be my turn. Good evening, everybody, and obviously thanks for coming, because otherwise I'd be quite empty. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Chris. Rob's already introduced me. I've known Rob now for some 26 years, I think, quite a long time. And yeah, quite a long time. And it's fair to say that in that time he's had a dramatic influence on my life. He has shaped my views and guided my sense of humour. So, although I'm trying to make this speech as funny as possible, please don't. I will try and keep this speech as short as possible, because, like you, I'm keen to get to the spectacle of Rob dancing, which I guarantee will be funny after this speech. For those of you that do know me, you know that I work a lot with the internet, and it's true to say that I did turn to the internet when I was looking at what makes a good best man speech. After a couple of hours, I found some pretty good stuff. But then I realised I was going to be looking at what makes a best man speech. But what I did realise, or what I did discover, is that the role of the best man is steeped in history. For instance, did you realise that many hundreds of years ago, it was the best man's job to help hunt and capture the bride?
You wish.
Now, Rob said that we went out a lot in our younger years. Let's just say the way he would attract the attention of the opposite sex was somewhat unique, and couldn't really be considered hunting. So I thought on this special occasion, on this combination, this sealing of commitment, Noel, I wonder whether you actually had any say in that. Oh, I spare one to laugh at that. Something else the best man does on the, did many of these hundreds of years ago, was to help protect the bride on the day from being whisked away by other young men. And you see, I kind of get that, because looking at the way Nom looks today, I mean, she looks absolutely beautiful, and I'm sure that no one will disagree with me on that. And I think it truly is a sad day for any single man out there as another beauty leaves the register. Of course, for any single women out there, no great loss, really. In fact, they're probably quite happy they won't be hunted. Okay. When creating a best man speech, it's pretty customary to link it to an eventful day in history. Well, to link the day that the groom was born to an eventful day in history. So I did, again, look at the internet. Unfortunately, I didn't find any eventful thing that happened when Rob was born. But they do still, in the hospital, apparently call it Ugly Sunday. Anyway, I gave up on the internet when I realised that when it comes to Rob, there isn't actually anything, it isn't difficult to find words to say. In fact, what's really difficult is finding words to say that are repeatable in public. In fact, trying to find a story at all that doesn't incriminate him is almost impossible. And then I thought about, why is that? And I like to think it's because Rob does live life to the full. And because of that, situations tend to gravitate towards him. And there's one event that Rob's looking a bit nervous about. But there's one event that absolutely epitomises the way that I see Rob. And no, Rob, it isn't last Saturday night at your stag do when you borrowed the video camera rather drunkenly and fell over a set of tables. Fortunately for Rob, with mastery of his motor neuron skills, he managed to break the fall by using his nose. And in returning the camera to me with a blooded nose, he actually described his directorial debut as unsuccessful. Which I thought was the mastery of understatement. But no, it's not that event, Rob, although that will stay with me for some time.
So with me as well.
You got the scars to prove it. No, this event was a true character of Rob, a true character shone forth, and true situation gravitated towards him. And I affectionately like to refer to this event as Rob's Fetish Night Leather Thong Adventure. Unfortunately, I did say earlier that there are many stories I can't repeat in public for fear of incriminating Rob, so I can't really tell you much about it. Although, I can tell you that if you find Rob later on propped up against the bar, that's the best time to start asking about it. Having said that, I'll turn to my prop. They do say a picture speaks 1,000 words. It just so happens that I brought something with me tonight, but just to bring that isn't really enough, because there is music in this prop. So to help you get into the mood,
You're getting worse.
I'm just going to play a little. Oh, no, that's my second one. I'm just going to play a bit of music. It was a test, remember? Yes. That's the memory that will stay with me for some time.
You get to stay with everyone else as well.
I think you're absolutely right. Anyway, I'm going to get a little bit more serious now. I saw a long season you know, Rob. You know, last year when I got married, I turned to Rob and I said to Rob, you know, Rob, you really are a lucky guy. Nong is beautiful, caring, loving, and you're great friends. She deserves a very special husband. Thank God you married her before she found one. Okay. I did also ask Rob about what he feels about the marriage, and you know, it's an important time for Rob, and I wanted to understand it. He said, in the marriage he's looking for love, friendship, and eventually a family. I didn't know that. Interesting enough, when I asked Nong the same question, she said a microwave. Found a bit strange.
The dishwasher. Dishwasher.
But seriously, Rob, before I finish off, a bit of advice from a newly married man, and I'm sure that any married lady here will back me up. Firstly, always notice every new hairstyle or dress. Secondly, remember, your wife is always right. And the last thing is, flowers, always a good idea, even if you're not in trouble. But I'd be wrong if I didn't round up now, Rob, to say, and genuinely say that thank you for being a best friend to me for many, many years. Rob truly is a special individual. He's someone I would honestly trust my life to, and I think that's pretty rare these days. So, Noel, I do believe that you have found a very special guy, and I wish you all the happiness. They do say that marriage isn't about finding someone who you can live with, it's about finding someone who you can't live without. So the best of luck to you both, and I wish you everything. So now I raise a glass. Love and laughter and happiness ever after. There you go. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.